Let's go straight to Lansing. Here is Jim Hoffa, president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, a union with more than 1 million members. Jim Hoffa, welcome to you. I see all these signs behind you. Stop the war on the workers. Is this legislation, is this the death knell for these workers, these unions in Michigan?
Not at all. This is just the first round of a battle that's going to divide this state. We're going to have a civil war in this state because this has been passed by a lame duck legislature, really, there's no debate. This was done in 5 days. It's not approved by the people of the state of Michigan. If anything, it should have been on the ballot. This is a monumental decision to make, and for it to be done by outgoing senators and congressmen or state legislatures is a tremendous mistake. And so what they're doing is basically betraying democracy. If there's any question here, let's put it on the ballot. Let the people of Michigan decide what's good for Michigan.
Well, before that happens, though, and it's assumed that your governor is poised to sign this legislation come tomorrow. In the meantime, as you wage this civil war, what does this mean for unionized workers moving forward in Michigan?
Well, it means that we've got to work hard, but basically we're going to challenge this in court. We've done this in other states. We're going to basically get this on the ballot eventually within the year and basically vote this thing down again. We can get this thing stopped, and it's the wrong thing for Michigan. If anything, let the people decide, not a handful of lame duck legislators. This is a terrible mistake that's going to divide Michigan.
Let me ask you about this, because we know that this legislation will give the people of Michigan a choice, right? It'll give them a choice if they be a union member, give them a choice whether or not they want to pay those union dues. And just to get the other side of the story here, Jim, I talked to the head of Michigan's Republican Party. Here's what he told me.
But there are people on both sides of the aisle, in fact, union members, that are in favor of this legislation because it's about choice, and it's about opportunity, it's about freedom to decide whether to join a union or not and to pay dues and to participate in those benefits. If the unions have a value proposition for their members, unions will prosper in Michigan. And if they don't, they're going to have to find a new way to be effective.
Bobby Shostak, Michigan Republican Party chairman. Jim Hoffa, what is wrong with giving workers a choice?
It's basically creating a free rider status. With people vote and majority votes, that should be the people that control in that particular company. We've done this successfully all across the country. Those states that do not have right to work have thrived. The ones that do have right to work, like Mississippi or Texas, end up being the last in education, the last in people having good jobs. We don't want that here in Michigan. We want to create good jobs here. We don't want to race to the bottom. And what this will do is it will basically reinforce the fact that people will make less money who are not in the union. So we really don't, this is out to discriminate against unions, to make it so people don't want to join unions. So what we want to do is not to encourage that.
I'm hearing that you all have this one item in common, which is you want to bring jobs to Michigan, you want to bring business to Michigan, but the thing is, some businesses won't hire or even work with some of these unions because in these times they simply cannot afford it. And proponents of right to work, they say, like Bobby Shostak, say this attracts economic development. Do you disagree with that?
That's absolutely untrue. What happened right now is Michigan's on its way back. We have very low unemployment is going down here. We're thriving. The auto industry's back. The state is coming back because of what Barack Obama did. This state is in the corner right now. We're creating good jobs here with good wages, without right to work. So this is basically a step backward. So we're going to end up like, some state where people make $4,500 less than a state that doesn't have right to work.
So in the meantime, what do you do to prevent
people? We really want to make half.
What do you do to prevent the hemorrhaging of workers from Michigan? People will up and leave. What do you do in the meantime to keep them there?
People aren't, wait a minute, people aren't hemorrhaging in Michigan. I don't know where you're getting that at. We're basically building jobs here. Michigan is back. We're creating more jobs here. The auto industry's back. Car Hall's back. All of our Teamsters are back. We're hiring here. Michigan's doing very, very well without right to work. This is a step backward that's going to cause, if anything, basically less good jobs here in Michigan. Look at what's happened in Texas. Look what happened in Oklahoma. Basically nothing. They said that Michigan, that Ohio, and places like with right to work, like Oklahoma, would thrive. When Oklahoma became right to work, if anything, the wages went down in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't work, and that's basically a spin from big business.
No, I'm just saying a fear of hemorrhaging, certainly not, and we all want to see great things from the state of Michigan. Jim Hoffa, we appreciate it. You're the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Thank you. We'll follow up with you.